Hey everybody, welcome to Mighty Modern. I'm Corbin Hostler, and this is Grand Architect Aggro. So I found this online. Somebody had done well in a league with it. I saw the list from Zach Elsick, and I wanted to give it a shot. This is a really different deck than I think I've ever seen in Modern. You know, ostensibly it looks a little like Affinity, but it's really not. All it shares with Affinity is Signal Pest, some lands, and Etched Champions. So let me walk you through here. Essentially, the idea is to just vomit out our hand sort of like Affinity, but with a little more resiliency, not as weak to the same to as many of the same hate cards. So at the one drop spot, we have Mausoleum Wanderer. So this is a blue creature. It's got good utility, and it's a one drop, which is important. Signal Pest, great one drop. It's an artifact as well, and being blue matters for the Grand Architects over here, which can pump all of our blue creatures. So Chief Engineer is the 2-drop. Artifact spells you cast have Convoke. So that means there's hands where you can go turn 1 Signal Pest or Mausoleum One or whatever, turn 2 Chief Engineer, and play Smuggler's Copter on turn 2 as well, because you have Convoke, you just tap your 2 creatures and play Smuggler's Copter. Then on turn 3 you can play Grand Architect and have, you know, you can crew it with the Architect and have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, possibly 6, 7 attacking on turn 3. Throne of the God Pharaoh will do even more damage based on all those tapped creatures. Ethereum Sculptor makes all your artifacts cost less. Does sort of a similar thing. Can help you play out Loadsome Golems on turn 3, and Loadsome Golem, of course, taxes all the non-artifact spells. Master of Ethereum gets bigger with all your own artifacts, pumps your artifacts. Pretty good card. Grand Architect I mentioned. Etched Champion, you hit Metalcraft, it has protection. All around great. Walking Ballista. So one of the really good artifact spells to give Convoke is Walking Ballista, because now all of your creatures turn into counters for it as well. And you can only have 2 lands in play, but you can have a 3/3 Walking Ballista and take control of a board with it. So sort of in a nutshell, that's the deck. I mean, it's an aggro deck. It's not even tempo deck. There's not a lot of interaction here outside of, you know, loadstoning people and Walking Ballista them. But there is a lot of aggression and a lot of really fast hands that are hard to interact with. And it seems like it's a pretty interesting take on the deck. A bunch of islands, Cavernous Souls, Blinkmoth Nexus to further get in more creatures. Moving on the sideboard, what you'd expect: Grafdigger's Cage, Relics for Graveyard or Cord decks or whatever. Unified Will, Counterspell when you need it. Revokers for, you know, your Ad Nauseam, your Planeswalkers, that sort of thing you have trouble with. Thorn of Amethyst for any combo deck, any control deck, anything that isn't just playing creatures. Scrap Trawlers are really good for your Jund, Grixis Control, attrition matchups where they're going to Lightning Bolt all your creatures over and over. Scrap Trawler helps get them all back. And then Commandeer, it was in the sideboard of the deck. I don't know. You can get non-creature spells by exiling stuff. So I guess that's another way to fight combo decks. So this is our deck. I have no idea if it's good. I have no idea how like, I've played some games with it, but it's hard to play accurately. I don't know exactly how to sideboard, but it was so novel that I wanted to get it out here and let people see it, because it seems to have just a little bit of legs, at least, if nothing else. So, I mean, Grand Architect Aggro, here we go.